Hey, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to do a video review and overview of the Razer audio mixer. So this is actually an all-in-one analog mixer that Razer has recently put out. And what I thought I would do in this video is I'm going to go through all of the components that this actually came with. I'll walk you through the units. I'm going to walk you through the Razer Synapse app on the actual desktop. And then I'll talk about some of my tests and some of the overall results I had using this product. So first off, let's go through what actually came inside the box. You basically have inside the box a little thank you letter from the CEO of the company. It goes through a very detailed instruction manual that really walks you through, has picture diagrams, gives you use cases of how to use the mixer, kind of points out all of the different functions, goes through many of the different connectivity options, and then you also have inside the box a Type-C to Type-A USB-C cable. And then you also have what they call two ground loop isolators, which are included with two standard aux line cables. And then you've also got diagrams here that walk you through like where to find the serial number, different connectivity options, from anything from connecting an XLR microphone to a standard USB powered microphone, connecting gaming consoles, or even connecting headsets as well as dedicated streaming PCs. This does have some options for the XLR mic where you can go in and use what they call a phantom power option. So they give you some warnings around that. I do not have an XLR mic, so I was not able to test that. You can use an optical port to connect to, say, like a gaming console, like an Xbox or PS5. You do have the option. Normally, you're going to be connecting the actual mixer with a Type-A to Type-C USB-C cable. That basically allows you to connect just standard USB. I did connect it specifically to my PC. I'll show my setup here. So here's the actual mixer. I have the power cord plugged into the back here, just to kind of show this is the USB-C. I have it running all the way to the back of my PC, and they recommended not using a USB hub of any kind because it may affect performance. Now, going through this, you have your 4 channels, and each of these has basically these dials that go up and down, and then you have these mute buttons, and these can all be hotkeyed to specific settings. And then you have a bleep button, so if you were to like swear or something like that, you could hit this button and it will mute you. And then you also have a standard mute button that will stay muted. You have your line in here for the mic, as well as a headset input. In fact, this is actually for the microphone input of your headset. This is for the headset audio. And then on the back, you have multiple other connections, so I'll kind of flip this the best I can. You have your XLR in input. This is actually for the 48 volt power specific to the XLR. You have a line in, a line out, an optical in, and then your Type-C for your power. This is actually the ground loop connector. So I have the Razer Siren X microphone here. This is normally USB powered, so you can see I have it plugged in here, but I do have a line in input through like your standard aux. So I took one of the included cables, ran that into my ground loop, which this basically is designed to help with like humming or buzzing, anything like that, and reduce that. And then I have another wire running into the line in. So I set this up exactly as they instructed. And inside of Windows, this immediately upon plugging in actually was able to find my, it started installing the Razer Synapse software. Inside of Windows, I set this up so normally if you're going to be using like a headset or using this for output audio, you would actually connect the Razer output audio through the system. They have a Razer audio mixer and several other Razer settings that will appear. But normally in my case, I actually have a creative external sound card here, so normally I use this for all of my output audio into my headset, my SteelSeries headset, and that basically provides all the extra power. So normally for something like this, I thought maybe I would do this for my microphone to get some of the settings, different options so you could do different things with the microphone specifically. So I'll kind of go through Synapse and show how I set this up. Now, by default here, you have some customization. You can change all of your channels. So here you have all the 4 channels. I can set for mic, game, chat, music, and then you have mute button mapping. So right now it's just set for mute all, but I could do different things like mute a stream or a specific line, a voice chat, whatever it is I want. So that's kind of nice. You have various options for long pressing the mic button, so you could do like a voice changing feature. And then you also have all of your different defaults here in terms of like what you're doing for setup. Now in my case, I basically set my microphone for my input device based on the fact that it's the line in. So what I did here is inside of Windows, I have it set to, let me actually go back here so I can show you. So right now you can see my output is set to my USB 2.0. That basically is my regular speakers. If I'm going to be using my creative output, I usually use my Sound Blaster XG6. That then goes to my headset. So I'm usually switching between those two. Right now it's on the regular speakers. For the Razer mixer, I have it set to line in with Razer Audio Mixer. So this is basically utilizing the line in feature. And you can see the microphone is getting some gain here, and this is something I probably need to troubleshoot some more. I'm sort of at a little bit of a loss, but I can't seem to get any more volume coming out of this. Now normally I should be, probably up much higher, like right here. If I switch to using NVIDIA Broadcast, which is basically a filtering software with just the USB on my Razer Siren, you'll see that my input gain is significantly higher and it's picking up my voice a lot better within Windows. So I'm not really sure what's going on with the line in, and so far this seems to be giving me an issue with Razer software. I did many various tests through this using Audacity, which is a recording software. I basically just selected the same settings, and here was my input using my regular USB Siren X without the mixer, and here was my input with the line in. So for whatever reason, I'm not getting anything here, and I did also set under device properties, you can see my volume is set to 100%, and Windows was only picking up about 3% of my voice, so not really very good. But I did play around with some additional settings, and I thought I at least wanted to show you these settings so you understand what options are here. And again, this mixer may not just be specifically ideal for a USB microphone. If I go over to the mic settings, I can switch between XLR in or mic in, and then we have gain settings. So I actually put the gain all the way to 100%. You can choose between a percentage or dB, so you have options there. You have a mic monitor setting. This was actually on by default. This will allow you to monitor how loud your voice is in stream, and you can set this with this slider. You also have a noise gate, and this will allow you to control the amount of mic input to cut any background noise, completely isolate your voice, and then that way you have different thresholds. You can kind of have this open and close depending on other noises, maybe if you had background noise, things like that. There's a compressor setting, so here you can modulate the amount of mic input to reduce volume when it gets too loud. So this is something like there's a really loud noise in the background, or you started just talking really loudly, it will kind of minimize that. So really cool. Mic equalizer, you can do radio voice, balanced, mid-focused, and custom, so you have a little equalizer here. By default, I have it just set on a profile here. You can create other profiles if you want. If I go to effects, they have a voice changing effect. You can do cartoon, monster, low pitch, or high pitch. We have some echo settings. You can do library, chapel, arena, marble room, small concert, or custom. And then you also have room size settings. You have a key shifter, so this allows you to adjust the pitch or tempo of any audio using the input or line import using the slider. This might be something I need to play around with a little bit, depending. I may be able to get this up. So maybe if we go to like 6 or 7, I'll even do another test here. I'm gonna do a fresh test and just see if we can get this up. I'm gonna change this in my settings here to line in, and then we'll do a quick video recording. This is a test using the Razer Synapse microphone. So I did a test there. It doesn't really look like it got me any more gain. So again, something I'm gonna have to continue to play around with some of the settings, but as you can see, there is quite a few options in here. We also have a vocal fading option. This will allow you to use the slider to isolate or minimize volume of any voice detected on the line-in port. We also do have some lighting effects, so you can see the Razer word mark. I can specifically turn that off and it will shut it off right on the mixer itself. So it's kind of cool. You do have some other options here. You can change the channel numbers, you can do static, and you can even change to specific colors. So if I want channel 1 to be red, I can actually apply that and you can see it immediately changed it on the mixer. So there's some pretty cool options in terms of like RGB and color options, things like that. Let's go to blue. We now have blue, and then you can mess around with some of these different things. There's basically options for all the colors, all the buttons, pretty much everything is customizable, and you can even deactivate like different buttons as well. So pretty full featured there. You do also have mixing settings, so you can see here, here's my line out, and this may even be where I need to adjust. This is set to 50%. Let's see here, we have a routing. This might be part of it. I have this set, see if we go up a little bit higher. You can do by dB or percentage. And again, this is something I really have to play around with. This is basically a clone of my stream. We have voice chat here, so this might even be something worth playing with as well. Again, there's just a lot of settings to mess around with, and that really does make sense given, you know, what we're actually doing, utilizing an audio mixer, right? You have a playback mix. You've also got system sounds, mic in. So my mic in, again, is set to 100%, but for whatever reason, I couldn't get this to pick up on my audio all that well. So I have to mess around with it some more, but overall, in terms of the device itself, outside of maybe some technical know-how that I'm running into here, I do really like this device. It has tons of customizable options, and I think if you're looking to add some effects, have something really nice for your stream, this could be a good option, but you know, I wonder if maybe they just need a little bit more help with the USB options based on what I'm seeing here today. So overall, I'm happy with the device. I just need to tinker around with it a little bit more, see if I can get the audio working. And ultimately, I think if I can, this is gonna be a really awesome little device to add into my arsenal of tools here that I have set up with my PC. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you found this helpful.
Let it go, make my body go, make our bodies high.